Podcast on Introduction to Chemical Engineer, Speaker Shrikant Varma, Process Engineer Experience of Pharmaceutical and Agrochemicals Industries, Process Design, Unit Operation and Unit Process Self-Research Study. Thank you for hearing this YouTube podcast video. Like and share.
Hello, friends, welcome to my podcast YouTube video on Introduction to Chemical Engineer. Thanks to watching. Let's start today's session. You know chemical engineering subject chemical technology. You learn lots of chemical industries diagram, but you don't know when use this pre-design. When you join chemical industries you hear in block flow diagram, in which you simply lay out to be used, process flow diagram in which just same diagram used you study in chemical technology course, and last P&ID diagram that explains more about material balance and control system. In chemical engineering course selection you struggle unspecified syllabus and quantum series, but we still join HUD complex course. Now I'm explain chemical engineer work profile during this COVID-19 lockdown. Isopropyl alcohol, glycerol, hydrogen peroxide and distilled water, all compounds are mixed with specific method after reaction sanitizer production. As chemical engineer you have skills to calculate material and energy balance and equipment that used to produce large amount of sanitizer. Also when final product is tested, if quality standards are calculated then sent to packaging department. If failed then find fault or material balance for a large scale. This example show you a simple work profile when you join in chemical industries. But when you have 1000 hours of expertise you develop your own calculation and tools to find large challenges and fault with respect to safety procedures. Chemical engineer skills during B.Tech or diploma chemical engineering course you must focus some calculations like material and energy balance, reactor and distillation column calculation. Chemical technology diagram is useful when get your first job as design engineer to understand symbols. Also Aspen simulation software during final year course or project you selected. According to my point of view, if you understand 25% subject calculation and unit operation and unit process, it's clear knowledge insufficient for 75% chemical industries process equipment's understanding with little research. Chemical products can be divided into three broad classes. 1. Bulk chemicals. These are produced in large volumes. Examples are sulfuric acid, nitrogen, oxygen, ethylene and chlorine. 2. Fine chemicals. These are produced in small volumes. Examples are chloropropylene oxide, used for the manufacture of epoxy resins, ion exchange resins, dimethylformamide, used, for example, intermediate in the manufacture of pharmaceuticals. 3. Specialty chemicals. These are purchased because of their effect or function, rather than their chemical composition. Examples are pharmaceuticals, pesticides, perfumes. On the basis of this products chemical industries capacity and equipment design have calculated. Where chemical engineers work, the large number of industries which depend on the synthesis and processing of chemicals and materials place the chemical engineer in great demand. Chemical engineers work in industries such as basic commodity chemical manufacturing, pharmaceuticals, healthcare, design and construction, research, pulp and paper, polymers, resins and synthetic fibers, petroleum and petrochemicals, food processing, specialty chemicals, microelectronics, electronic and advanced materials, business services, biotechnology, fertilizers, consumer products, industrial gases, metals, nuclear energy, catalysts, automotive, aerospace, nanotechnology, and ceramics and glass industries. In addition, the expertise of chemical engineers is also applied in the areas of law, education, publishing, finance, consulting and government regulation such as Process Safety Management, PSM, Clean Air Act, EPA, Worker Safety, OSHA, to mention a few. Chemical engineers are frequent participants of standards development committees, code development bodies and accident investigation teams. The unique set of knowledge and skills gained by the chemical engineer puts them in a position to contribute in any scientific or engineering field. However, the bulk of chemical engineering work falls into one of two industrial groups considered traditional chemical engineering, design, manufacture and operations of processes such as in the commodity chemicals, petroleum production and specialty chemicals sector. Development of new and adapted substances and materials such as the engineering design, consulting, research and development and pharmaceutical sectors. Chemical engineer having lots of work pressure and documentation. Documentation for detail engineering and production rate cost estimation. You as chemical engineer develop this engineering data sheets prepared using MS Office tools. As process engineer challenges increase due to mechanical and chemical knowledge expertise, also line sizing, centrifugal pump NPSH calculation, pipeline failure calculation etc. are more complex this position too. So, in this podcast example is fresher chemical engineer. If you experience in any chemical industries, then you start developing new chemical and design that reliable and safe for chemical industries. If you understand chemistry